Vtuber fans. It is not freedom of speech. You guys are just really huge bigots. I saw this VTuber who was white and had locks in their hair, and all one of my mutuals did was say, "Hey, is anybody else uncomfortable with this?" Tell me why there proceeded to be a huge outpour of racists filling her replies, being demeaning, saying slurs at her, and making fun of her model. How is it that whenever black creatives speak out in the VTuber community, it is constantly met with racist VTuber fans? And the worst part is that VTubers who should be supporting us and lifting up our voices thus then jump ship and agree with the same people who hate us. It is so comical how people constantly claim that there is no racism in the VTuber community or that these certain VTuber fans aren't being racist, and then will turn around and say the nastiest of things to black people whenever we speak up about our issues or whenever we speak up about problems with the VTubing community. And 9 times out of 10, the reason why black VTubers are even speaking up in the first place is because y'all's faves are making racist jokes and racist remarks. Whether it be racism, whether it be transphobia, whether it be just homophobia in general, whether it be sexism, misogyny, y'all will stand 10 toes down behind the worst people in this industry. But God forbid a black person says they don't want to see a white person with lazily added locks in their hair. I am so ashamed to have to be back here so soon making another segment about bullshit happening in this community because y'all just cannot leave black people alone. Welcome to another segment of Snitches and Stitches with me, Nyrlena. Alright, let's get into the tea. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this video now are probably extremely aware of the VTuber who I shall not name because she seems to love clout, who has basically the white people in the front and black people in the back hairstyle. And at first the situation started out with a lot of mixed opinions. There were some black people who were like, it's fine. There were other black people, such as myself, who said it's not fine. And one VTuber by the name of Misty decided to speak out and say that she was uncomfortable with the hairstyle. Did she go about it in a rude way? No. All she said was, is anybody else uncomfortable with this? Literally, all she said was, take a look at this guy. And somehow that prompted the entirety of VTuber fans to pour into her comment section and be the rudest motherfuckers that they could ever be. I'm talking devout bouts of racism. I'm talking just insane dogpiling to where Asmongold himself decided to chip in and say his very unwanted and very uneducated piece. It has devolved into people basically saying, oh, it's the evil black people at it again to be after the innocent white person. It is so discouraging and so disrespectful to come up to people talking about their culture and imposing your beliefs when you are not even a part of that culture in the first place, whilst also being vehemently racist. And this has been a concurrent event that continuously happens in the VTubing community. A non-black person will say something controversial or will be racist. Black VTubers see this and speak up about this issue and say it's wrong. And then VTuber fans and sometimes VTubers themselves will then turn to racism to defend their points. It is just so interesting how we are now in a culture where it's normalized to refer to us with such derogatory terms. But as soon as black people use their voices to speak out against something that they find uncomfortable, then all of a sudden it's a free-for-all and it's okay for y'all to say whatever you think you can say. As I'm recording this video on the 31st of March 2025, I have been met with so much hate and so much derogatory things just because I had a negative opinion about someone who was using our culture to benefit off of rage bait. Now, you can have whatever opinion you want about the person who I am leaning to, who I am talking about, but that does not negate the fact that you are cruel and disgusting for ever thinking it's okay to call myself or any of the black VTubers half the things some of you VTuber fans have said. It really shows the irony and the hypocrisy within this whole culture of being disrespectful to minorities, where y'all can go out and say whatever you want to say to any minority, but as soon as a minority pushes back and shows that y'all don't have the power that you think you do, or y'all's words do not impact us the way y'all think it does, it is just so ironic. I literally have no words. I have no words. It's insane. I feel like this situation here and now definitely needs to start some discussions on the way how people treat minorities in the VTubing sphere, the way how it's so normalized to treat minorities this way, and the way how so many VTubers are so against listening to black voices when we try and speak up about our discomfort and about our culture. It should not be the way how it is now, but it is, because there's so many prominent figures at the top who perpetuate this behavior and get away with it because they're big VTubers and they have lots and lots of fans. It is so dangerous to have this president be the norm. And I wish that more people would be open and willing to have these conversations without turning into some of the most spineless motherfuckers. Hey you! Yes you! I am directly pointing y'all fence sitters out. Because I am so sick and tired of y'all pretending to be all-inclusive and all-welcoming to all communities, but then you will genuinely turn your backs on some of the people who will support you and go hard for you, for the people that fucking hate us. It could be they hate us because the color of my skin. It could be the fact that they hate us because I'm queer. It could be the fact that they hate us because I talk with a non-white accent. There are so many factors which play into the mindless hatred that minorities in VTubing receive, and so many of y'all are too willing to turn your backs on us because you need the numbers and you want the clout. Y'all need to fucking reflect and reevaluate your morals. And do not claim that you are all inclusive and all accepting when you allow bigots like that into your community. Like I said in my last video, I feel like these points barely touch upon the iceberg that is racism within this community. But I at least wanted to make this video to share and say, this shit is too normalized. This isn't right. And y'all need to wake the fuck up if you believe that we don't have a problem with racism, because we really do. Please, 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 if you haven't already, go and show support to the black VTubers fighting for their lives right now against these racists, because it genuinely should not be this way. We should not be getting this screwed over for voicing our thoughts about our culture. Shit's so insane to me. It's genuinely so insane. But we're here. And if we're ever gonna make a change in this community, then we need to continue to speak up. I know a lot of people might think that, oh, if we leave it alone, if we stay silent, if we just block and move on, then it'll be alright. No. We need to learn how to pick our battles, but we shouldn't allow our voices to be silenced just because there's racism and just because people will be racist no matter what. Speaking up and showing these true colors to the world is when people start taking fucking action and start realizing that certain people they follow, certain people they interact with, or even certain people that they just know are awful people. Use your voice and your platform to do good. Thank you so much for watching this next segment of Snitches and Stitches. I know this one was probably a lot more informal and more so of just like a rant addressing the racists in this community, but hey, if I need to make a part 2, I'll make a part 2. If you enjoyed the video, consider supporting me, and yeah, see you in the next segment. Bye!